This morning, we're reflecting on the legacy of Houston Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Sheila Jackson Lee died Friday after announcing her pancreatic cancer diagnosis in June of this year. Joining me is KPRC2 digital reporter Mariah Ballard with a look at Sheila Jackson Lee's life through the archives. Good morning.
Good morning, Zach. You know, I stay in the archives when things like this happen. It's one of my favorite places to go and check out. And I just wanted to come and kind of shed a little light on Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Her life, most people don't know she's a mother, a grandmother, a wife, and she is that career politician. So the Congresswoman dedicated most of her life to advocacy and pushing for change around the Houston area. Many people didn't know that the Congresswoman was born in Queens, New York.
New Yorker.
Yep. Yeah. And graduated from Jamaica High School back in 1968. Sheila Jackson Lee then went on to pursue her higher education by earning her Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science from Yale University in 1972, doing so with honors in the university's first graduating class, including women. A trailblazer since the beginning, right? There were a lot of other things I also didn't know about Sheila Jackson Lee. So over the weekend, took a deep dive into those archives and including what she accomplished during her political career in that ring fighting the good fight. I have all of that laid over at click2houston.com. You guys can check this out. Look at this video right here. We were talking about this. She has been out there for so long on the front lines, just kind of putting on for Houston, showing what it's about, staying Houston strong. When tragedy comes, you can see Sheila Jackson Lee out there. And that was an interview with our former anchor, Cambro Marshall, that we were just seeing. So he was out there for the anniversary of the March on Washington, I believe this was, talking to Sheila Jackson Lee. And like I said, totally, she was representing our area. And really quickly, before I go, I could watch these videos all day, y'all. But before I go, I found a little surprise, interesting clip in our archives. Let's see if we can get it up. Here is the Congresswoman, if we can cut to it, with the one and only Houston native, Grammy Award winner. Who do you think I'm about to say? Don't look.
Oh, Zach. I don't want to say. Okay. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised.
This one, let's see if we can pull up the video, y'all.
One queen with another.
Not only Destiny's Child, national recording artist, but wanted to allow them to bring a little...
Christ was born, a weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, hear.
Yes, we're sitting here trying to figure out what song is this, but listen, Beyonce could be singing Happy Birthday. Right. I'm going to listen to it. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh Holy Night.
We said Oh Holy Night.
Yes, we got Stapes back there helping us out.
And J-Bay with the save over there. Yeah.
Yes. Just overall, Sheila Jackson Lee.
Just an incredible life. And so often when we talk about these politicians who pass, we put aside politics, right? Yeah. And we remember who they are as humans.
Yeah.
And for Sheila Jackson Lee, she is the definition of a public servant, regardless of whether you agreed with her or not.
Exactly.
Her policies, as a person, she is a public servant. And she put Houston first so many times, time after time. And so we, of course, will miss her. I know the last conversation I had with her was the day after she lost the election for mayor. Yes, I believe it was back in... No, it would have been before the election. It might have been the runoff. No, she lost the election and then there was a runoff. Yeah. And so it was the day after election day.
That's exactly
and we had a conversation. She came in on this broadcast and we had a conversation. And through that conversation, she had so much humility. Yeah. She talked about the places in which she identified at 70-something years old, 73, 74 at the time, she needed to grow and she needed to change. Wow. She listened to the public. And so she was very vulnerable in those moments. It was less than 24 hours after that loss. And she talked about strategies on what she was going to do differently during that runoff election. And so,
and then she went right back to Washington and got back to work being the Congresswoman. So an amazing life at 74, handling her business.
Yes, she will be missed.
Yes.
Well, we so much appreciate you always coming on the show and digging in those archives. I know it can be a lot, right? Very emotional.
It was a little emotional for
Yeah.
me, yes. And then I saw Beyonce, I saw her, I'm thinking of Kamala, I'm thinking of the direction that politics are going. It's an interesting time for sure, but yes, we're definitely moving forward, and the Congresswoman will definitely be missed.
Yeah, and no matter how polarizing this playing field can be,
For sure.
putting that aside for a few moments and just reflecting on the people who are at the center of this world we call the world of politics is really important. Ryan,
Yes.
as always, thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach.
8:32.